Hey there, and welcome to this explainer of the Discipleship with Aimé teaching. Look, if you're tuning in right now, do me a huge favor. Just take a deep breath. Seriously, I know exactly who I'm talking to today. You're a student, you're stressed out, overwhelmed, kind of feeling burdened by this sheer weight of expectations on your shoulders. It's a really heavy load. But today, I'm going to step into the mentor role for a bit because we're going to look at something that will entirely shift how you carry that load. We're diving into life in the Holy Spirit, helper, teacher, power. Let's get right into it. Okay, I want you to really picture this scenario. Imagine with me, you're trying to study for the absolute biggest exam of your entire year, and you are sitting there completely alone. You have no notes, no teacher to guide you, no group chat to bounce ideas off of in a panic. Just you, a dim desk lamp, and a massive stack of really dense, confusing material. Feel that for a second. That all too familiar, crippling anxiety of facing huge academic pressure with zero support. It is deeply, deeply exhausting, isn't it? The late nights, the fifth cup of coffee giving you the jitters, that sinking feeling that it all rests entirely on your own fragile human effort.
Now think about the total contrast to that. Studying alone means you're relying purely on yourself, basically running on empty. But imagine instead that you had a personal tutor actually living inside your house. A tutor who is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And this tutor already knows every single answer and reminds you of exactly what you need, exactly when you need it. I want to be super clear here. Having this kind of support isn't some luxury. That is the actual reality of the Holy Spirit. Section 1, More Than a Force, the Ultimate Study Partner. Let's just sit with these words from John chapters 14 and 15 for a moment. The Helper, the Holy Spirit, will teach you all things and bring to your remembrance all that I have said to you. Read that again slowly. Jesus promises the Spirit as a helper and a teacher. For a stressed student, is there literally any better promise than someone who will bring to your remembrance the truth? Let the promise of this divine helper just wash over you and relieve that stress. You don't have to hold all this information together by yourself. And this is a massive paradigm shift. People so often think of the Holy Spirit as this vague, distant force or energy. But he's a person, an intimate, ever-present person who lives in you. Just like the animated sequence we're showing here, he's working directly within you, constantly teaching, reminding, and empowering you from the inside out. We really have to shift from expecting some flashy, dramatic feeling to relying on this quiet, constant internal presence. Looking at John 14:12, we see exactly how this empowerment plays out. Jesus says that whoever believes in him will do greater works. Why? Precisely because he is going to the Father and sending his Spirit. We are empowered for incredible things, not because we are uniquely strong or brilliant on our own, but simply because we have the ultimate partner living within us. Moving to Section 2, Fruit, not a performance. Quiet, everyday evidence. So if the Holy Spirit is actually living in us, what does that look like on a random Tuesday? A lot of people get this twisted. But Galatians 5:22 and 23 builds this beautiful picture of natural, slow, botanical growth, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Notice the word used here, fruit. It is not called the performance of the Spirit or the flashy miracles of the Spirit. It's fruit. The main evidence of the Spirit in your daily life is quiet, natural, and incredibly practical. Think about nature for a second. Think about a branch on a vine, like you see in this growth metaphor. A branch cannot force out a grape through pure willpower. It doesn't sit there, sweating and gritting its teeth, trying to magically manufacture a piece of fruit. Fruit goes slowly and naturally simply from being connected to the right source. The nutrients just flow. In the exact same way, you cannot manufacture goodness, peace, or patience just by trying harder. You have to stay connected to the Spirit and let Him cultivate that growth within you. Which brings us to Section 3, Willpower versus Divine Partnership. Stop trying so hard. Here is the crucial point, the massive relief you find when you cross over from exhausting self-effort to true partnership. Trying to be good is rooted purely in your own fragile human effort. It's white-knuckling your way through the semester. But Spirit-led living, that is a divine partnership. The formula changes completely. Instead of you working so hard to produce the result, you yield, and he produces the result. Let's ground this in 3 real-life youth scenarios on this chart. First up, academic pressure. Willpower is cramming in sheer panic in total isolation at 2 a.m. Partnership is studying your best but trusting the ultimate teacher to bring you peace and recall during the test. Second, social friendships in the cafeteria. Willpower is forcing a fake smile just to fit in with a clique. Partnership is that slow-growing, genuine kindness and joy that naturally attracts the right friends. And third, tough conversations, like dealing with a nightmare group project partner. Willpower is gritting your teeth so you don't scream. Partnership is leaning on the Holy Spirit for supernatural gentleness, right when human willpower would absolutely result in an outburst.
All right, section 4, yielding in daily life, passing the ball to the MVP. So how do we actually do this? Here are 3 small daily steps. Think of it like a basketball team. Step 1, recognize you are on a team and stop playing solo. You just aren't meant to win the game of life by yourself. Step 2, yield control. If you're double-teamed and struggling, what do? You pass the ball to the MVP. The Holy Spirit is your MVP. And step 3, let him produce the play. Once you pass the ball, you get to watch the partnership unfold. You do your part, sure, but the heavy lifting, that's on him.
Actually, I want to deliberately pause our explainer right here. I know you have a lot on your mind, but grab a piece of paper or open a note on your phone right now. I want you to write down your personal prayer request to the Holy Spirit. Ask yourself this: Holy Spirit, what are you already doing in me? The next time you face a tough decision, a temptation, or an academic crisis, I don't want you asking, what do I have the willpower to do? I want you asking this reflection question instead. Take a second, breathe, and invite him into those stressful areas. As we wrap up this explainer on discipleship with Aimé, I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. You are not studying for this life alone. Your helper is already in the room. He's just waiting for you to stop relying on exhausting self-effort. So, will you finally pass the ball and let your helper take the lead? Thank you so much for joining me today. Take a deep breath, yield control to the MVP, and watch what he produces in you. Make sure to share, like, and subscribe. See ya!